Talking to myself and feeling old. Sometimes I'd like to quit. Nothing ever seems to fit. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
What I've got they used to
thank you for
call
joining
the
us
blues.
on another Wednesday night for Deep
Nothing
Cuts.
is really wrong.
Once again, here to make your hump day even humpier
Walking around
with some good old-fashioned
some kind of lonely cloud.
vulnerable music
Rainy days
is
and
the cast
Mondays
of
always
Deep
get
Cuts.
me
Please join me in welcoming
down.
your host for this evening, Miss Amanda Benjamin.
Funny, but it seems I always wind up here with you.
Hello, everybody.
Nice to know
So happy to see you all here. Welcome to Deep Cuts. I was about to start my usual welcome to another wonderful Wednesday night, another lovely Wednesday night. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are going to have a wonderful show with some deeply vulnerable music. I'm very excited to see what everybody has chosen to show us what makes them feel vulnerable. So let's welcome our cast. I see Hunter Ackerman. Let's welcome Hunter.
Greetings and salutations.
Hello. I see a Paul Carganilla.
Hi,
Hello.
thanks for having me.
And Wendy Walker. Wendy. And Craig Jackman.
I spy Vaudacity.
And last but not least, from right downstairs, David Benjamin. Hello. There we go. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Great to be here tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
The other David?
Yeah, it's the other me.
Yes.
El otro David.
I did misread that as the otter David, and I thought you were coming on a furry costume.
I mean,
It's
love otter.
more like a bumblebee, so I'm like, what does that say?
Yes, Hunter, this is all
Bumblebee?
deliberately set up to confuse the hell out of you tonight.
Oh, it did.
So, yeah, cool.
It's working.
My work here's done. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
El otro David. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost as good as David Benjamin. Benjamin.
Benjamin?
Benjamin. That's it. Benjamin.
What?
Okay.
Right? Benjamin.
I don't speak French. I don't know. It just sounded good to me.
I have heard multiple pronunciations from people who
All from
speak
me.
French. Oh, well, that too. So anyways.
Amanda, I just have to say,
Yes.
you just hosted an amazing show, as you always do every Wednesday night. And this has happened to your husband before, too, where it's like there's a Deep Cuts, and we have a rotating list of hosts on Deep Cuts. And it just so happens to land sometimes on the person who performed their own show and hosted their own show earlier that evening. And that's occurring to you this evening.
It is.
You hosted your whole own show here on Wednesday night, and now you are the host of Deep Cuts.
Yes.
I even reached out an olive branch and I said, if you don't want to do it, that's totally fine. And of
I
course,
was like,
in
well, we'll have a backup, but
straight up Amanda Benjamin fashion, she's all, no, I'm going to do it. Hello.
hold my beer.
Yeah.
An Amanda Wednesday.
Picked vulnerability as the theme. Why did you pick that?
I love a song that just touches that deep part of you that you don't usually let out, right? That vulnerability that, you keep inside and you're like, I'm okay, I'm okay. I said, and I love those songs that they find you. It's like being seen. You know, that song sees me. So that's why I picked Vulnerability, so we could see each other.
I love it too because like we started doing deep cuts for like sad, like introspective music, and you know we developed it into something that's like every week's a different theme. But this feels like something that's close to the roots of deep cuts, like vulnerability and heartache, or not heartache, but just like feeling
Well,
connected with.
Yeah,
self.
your feelings.
yeah. Well, the mood, because I mean, it was originally Moody.
Yeah,
Monday,
Moody
So
Monday.
right?
wait, guys. We're supposed to have feelings on this show?
Oh,
That might be a problem.
sorry.
But the bigger problem is that you're specifying on this show.
I had feelings about the otter David, and then I had feelings of disillusionment when I realized it was all a facade.
Yes.
I think we're supposed to have feelings in life.
Just in general, if you don't, it might be a problem.
Nothing more than feelings.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get this show started, and I said, can't wait to hear what everybody picks for this theme.
Yes. Is that a cue for the wheel?
Yes, I was just
Okay,
right.
let's
now
bring
the
up
first
wheel.
question for the
Oh,
keeper
that's
of the
right.
wheel. Do you want to be on it? Do you want to go first, or do you want to go last?
I think I'll go last. That
Okay,
was
so-
I was like, I could start it. It makes sense, but I think I'll go last.
That means I'm going first because that's the trend. So here we go.
Let's see what
I picked this song because we actually have
let's do the formality first.
All right. Well, yes. Well, let's see if that is the case. Our wheel is set.
Wendy.
Oh, Wendy.
Okay. Well, not
One
this time,
nobody
Paul.
expected.
Wow.
I feel like you usually go towards the end of the show.
Paul, you look
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah.
so
Would you like
mad.
to
I
go
usually
first,
have
Paul?
plenty of time to pick a
No,
song.
I'm just surprised.
Oh no.
So Wendy,
Hi.
So good to see you.
what do you have to say about vulnerability in life?
I think Willow said it all when I walked by earlier today, and I was like, I'm gonna do a deep cuts. The theme is vulnerable songs, and she goes, "What do you mean? They're all vulnerable."
Yes. That's one thing I like about it too, is I feel like there's so much. I mean, obviously there's songs that are a little bit more like surface level. There's, a lot of songs are like love song, but
Yes.
a lot of
And
very
especially for me, just opening my mouth and singing and playing and accompanying myself is super duper vulnerable. And during our 30-second sound check, I was like, show of hands, show of fingers, how many times have I played this song on deep cuts? Because I think that I've done this. I know I did this song once. Oh, sorry, my tuner was on. When Julian was accompanying me, and that gives me a lot of comfort, so it's not as vulnerable. But I don't know if I've done it by myself. Maybe I have. Forgive me if I've performed it a million times on here, but maybe I've never done it because it's always been in the ones that I'm like, I want to do this one, but it's too vulnerable for me to do it by myself.
And little did you know Amanda was listening.
I know. It was like,
I had a choice of 3 songs, and so this maybe might not have made the cut.
Yeah, because we were talking about that. I don't think I've ever heard this. I don't
think so
I've ever
either.
heard you do it.
If you've
I
done
know
it,
I
maybe
did
it was on
I
your
think-
show.
Yeah, I think it was when I had
Oh,
just me
yeah.
and the boys.
That makes sense.
But I don't think I've ever. It's a lot of vulnerable chords, a lot of jazz chords. But it's also when I thought about like vulnerable. This is a song that everyone thinks is like super duper happy. The song is called Overjoyed. So you would think I'm overjoyed. It's complete happiness. But when you listen to the words, it's really not. It's really like I'm putting myself out there, and I think of all this, but like this is what I feel. But maybe if you felt the same way too, like maybe we could be overjoyed together. But so it's kind of this when you listen to the words, you're like, wow, it's happy, but it's kind of like, I'm putting myself out there.
All right. Wow.
Here I am, putting
Hear
myself
it.
out there.
Feeling very vulnerable, Wendy. All right. Let's hear it for Wendy Walker. Oh my God. Overjoyed.
I was too vulnerable to rehearse this because my family is in the other rooms. So we're just gonna be vulnerable together. A little Stevie Wonder. Over time, I've been building my castle of love, just for two, though you never knew you were my reason. I've gone much too far for you now to say that I've got to throw my castle away over dreams. I have picked out a perfect come true, though you never knew it was of you I've been dreaming. The Sandman has come from too far away for you to say come back some other day. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked at you? And maybe too, if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed over love, over me. Over hearts I have painfully turned every stone, just to find I have found what I've searched to discover. I've come much too far for me now to find the love that I sought could never be mine. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked at you? And make it true if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed over love, over me. And though the odds say improbable, what do they know? For in romance, all true love needs is a chance. And maybe with a chance you will find you too, like I, overjoyed over love, over me. Kind of lost myself in the end there. Sorry, y'all.
It was so beautiful, though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so simple with the uke too. I mean, okay, yes, you said that you were having a chord, but the sound of it.
Yeah.
I
It
tried to not
works.
strum. I tried to just make it happen. Let's
did.
get it over with.
But that's nice to have that, just the light accompaniment of the ukulele, with that, again, vulnerable feeling is nice.
Imagine Julian just playing beautifully and accompanying all of the things, but
That's in another version. This version is
Yeah.
still awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
Great job. Loved it.
Good. Yeah.
I muted. I said this version was perfect the way it was.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Overjoyed to hear it.
And Chris is saying, hip, hip, hooray. That was great.
Aww.
Had I been
Is
second or
overjoyed.
third, it would have been a different song. But look at there, the theme.
It knew.
Theme gotcha.
It's like, you can't second guess yourself. Do it. Yes.
Who's next?
The wheel knows.
The wheel does know.
It really does, I swear. All right. Well, we can find out who is next.
All right, here's the wheel. Let's do it. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay, that's probably one of the earliest, short of my doing it early.
It's true.
I know. Yes, you often go at the end.
Yeah.
It's like going in reverse order.
Maybe the wheels decided to take a reverse break.
I know.
Okay.
How
Why
you
not?
feeling, Craig?
I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Thank you. Every day it's getting better. I'm gonna bring out the test later tonight, or maybe even just tomorrow after I get a good night's sleep. Kind of get it out. Get
Sound
it
better.
out.
Yeah.
You sound better. You know what?
Thank you.
This is just now occurring to me. If you have a neti pot,
Mm.
you should rinse a neti pot. It's a thing that you use. It's like a nasal douche.
Looks like a little
So-
teapot.
Yeah.
Nasal douche is exactly what
That
it
is
is.
what-
Exactly what it is.
Why did you say Novage? Okay. I know what you're going for. there.
Lavage.
Yes. That is.
Yeah, it washes out your sinus cavities, and I never really thought about this until just now. But any kind of residue, viral residue, is going to be trapped up there after you are no longer producing it, thus giving you a positive result, even if you are negative, as
Yeah.
you think about it. So a neti pot to rinse out everything like the night before, take it then the next day. I bet you're more likely to get it. Just now occurring to me.
Fair warning,
PSA,
neti pots are pretty gross.
They are.
Well,
and it's very
anything
uncomfortable.
sticking up your nose is going to be
No,
gross.
sharing-
It's very uncomfortable, and like it feels like you're gonna drown for just a second.
I know. I mean, you
Sharing
stick that thing
neti
up there and you.
pots is pretty gross.
Quick PSA on that, because most people know that by now, but if you're not familiar, you must use distilled water or boiled water with that. You do not want to use tap water.
Okay.
Tap water has its own like microbes and things. And
I think most people, like the people you're saying that to right now, have no idea what it is. So I don't know how good that PSA is.
if you know what I'm saying is,
No
if
effective.
you listen to this show and you're like, hey, Hunter said using neti pot is a great idea.
Well, why don't you
buy
explain?
one
Like, just explain
So what it?
what
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Okay, so a neti pot, for everybody listening at home.
And it's not the type of pot.
No, it's not. It is actually not combustible pot. No. A
I mean, you
neti-
probably could set it on fire, but
A neti pot looks like a little tiny watering
teapot
pot,
or watering
like a
teapot.
little like a little teapot, short and stout, and it does actually have a handle and a spout, and you fill it with warm water and the saline the saline mix that comes with it. It'll be like a dry. It'll be like a little salt packet that you open and you put it in warm water. As Amanda said, distilled water is best.
If not, boil your water first.
And yeah, you put the not boiling water mixed with the saline packet. You literally put it in one nostril and do it over a sink, and it goes
pouring it
up
one side.
nostril through your sinuses, comes out the other nostril into the sink, and so you do like half the pot in one nostril, half the pot in the other. And yeah, it just rinses you out real well, and. You might feel like you're drowning for like a half a second, but you can still breathe. You can breathe through your nose. I mean, I think I hold my breath when I do it typically, regardless. It doesn't really matter.
You
don't
can
wanna
breathe through your nose while you're doing that?
Nope,
Breathe through your
definitely
mouth.
not. I think you might be able to breathe through your mouth, but I think I hold my breath when I do it. I don't know. It's
I
like you
would too,
can.
yes.
The flow is literally controlled by your own hand. So if you ever feel like you're drowning, you just stop. It's
Stop
not
and
complicated.
You
Yeah,
can
I
even
mean,
just like do this, and it'll fall back out.
Okay, Hunter, your mom is saying it. I think it feels good.
Yeah, because Susan,
Once you're done,
Susan said
yes.
be prepared to cry a little, because what it does is it like literally rinses like the back of the inside of your face, including like the back of your eyeballs and all of whatever happens back there.
I think
Because
I'm gonna
there's-
go buy one of those nasal novages or
Oh
something.
yeah, you can do that, and they're like they have like a little jet stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you
when
know,
you use the neti pot and you're stuffed, you like, it's not fun.
and it's
So-
and it's just powered by like literally gravity, and
Yeah.
the angle of your hand. There's nothing that's like injecting it up there in any kind of power.
unless you get the electric ones, which you can.
right.
Yeah, they
Well-
have ones that do a little jet, like it actually shoots the water through, so it unclogs if you're clogged.
Sounds vaguely exciting. I've never even.
And that sounds like
I've never
wonder-
used that.
that
I
sounds
kind of
like
wonder if there's anybody out there watching this going, I came here for.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like,
wow. David was thinking that. We better get to
Hold
it.
up.
I've never used a neti pot before. I don't
All
really
right,
want to.
so
Oh, Craig.
I bet it'll hurry the
Yes.
viral particles out of your nose and get you a more accurate negative result, assuming that you are negative. That's the
Well,
bottom line. There you go.
we're pulling for that. It's let's just say that for some people it's spring break, and I was really hoping to enjoy. And even last weekend too. I had plans.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like a certain party and a certain Renaissance fair.
Yeah. Well,
That-
my friends and I are going to the Ren Fair on Saturday. If anybody within the sound of
Oh,
my
Pirate
voice
Day.
wants to come. Yep.
Dang it, we even would have costumes.
Yeah, I know.
We're out of town, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So, Craig, tell us about vulnerability. What does that mean to you? How do you feel?
well, I'm going to be honest. For me, vulnerability in most cases is hard because I've been kind of I'm logical. I try to think of things that don't affect me, but I want to be available for others. And when things happen to me, it's tough to express that emotional part of what's taking place, being vulnerable. I've actually learned to be a little more vulnerable recently, definitely over the last year. And it's when you start tapping into those feelings, and it's when you've suppressed them for so long, it's a weird feeling. To me, at least. I mean, maybe to others it's not, but opening up, it feels good. And being vulnerable is really not bad at all. It is getting used to it. And just, the nice thing too is that there are people and family that are there, that have that are available, and that's one thing I do appreciate. And when it comes time to be vulnerable, then yes, I am very much appreciative of the friends, the family, and the family that are there, so that I can get it out. Because I know from experience, keeping it in drives you crazy.
It's true. Very true. I love that. Well, do you want to tell us what song you picked to express your vulnerability today?
Yes, and you actually guessed it a little bit in our pre-show, Amanda. And
I did.
I kind of helped Paul with this too on one of his shows, and I love the song. To be perfectly honest, it's a great song.
Love it.
It was the second most played song in the U.S. in 2003, according to Billboard, and the music video was #1 on the VH1 Top 40 videos. And I just watched the video again today. It's really a cool video. If you like creative stuff, watch the video on this song. It was written and sung by Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20, and it also spent 18 weeks on the top of the U.S. Billboard Adult Top 40. Nominated for a Grammy for Best Pop Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal in 2004. So, yeah, it's kind of a good song. I know Paul likes it. I like it. And in fact, Rob Thomas stated that he wrote the song as a metaphor for humanity in general, a song for people who are messed up and feel alone like that. We all feel a little messed up sometimes. You are not alone. It's vulnerable. It's being vulnerable. And this is Matchbox 20's Unwell.
All right, let's hear it for Craig singing Unwell.
All day, staring at the ceiling, making friends with shadows on my wall. All night, hearing voices telling me that I should get some sleep because tomorrow might be good for something. Hold on, feeling like I'm headed for a breakdown, and I don't know why. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. Me, talking to myself and dodging glances on the train. And I know they've all been talking about me. I can hear them whisper, and it makes me think there must be something wrong with me. Out of all the hours thinking, somehow I've lost my mind. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. I've been talking in my sleep. Pretty soon they'll come to get me. Yeah, they're taking me home. Crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. Yeah, how I used to be. How I used to be. Well, I'm just a little unwell. How I used to be. How I used to be. I'm just a little unwell. you.
Starting to think Matchbox 20 had some good stuff, huh?
They had like 19 other matches.
Yeah.
We just lost Wendy, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh no.
She heard the song though, just like she heard all that. Then it clicked off
Wendy,
as we
come
were
back.
And she's like,
Wendy, come
that's
back.
enough.
Yeah, there we go. Wendy, come
Blame it
back.
all on me.
I've always liked Matchbox 20. I thought,
Yes.
Okay, now I know that when they came out, to me, okay, this is just for me, some of the music really wasn't, in my opinion, original and solid. But I loved what they came out with, and Rob Thomas's voice. Just it fit for that time, for the early 2000s.
Yeah. He really grew like a lot.
And a lot of his songs actually are very personal, very vulnerable too. I mean, when Paul and I did the Matchbox 20 Cove,
Yeah, that was good.
that was one of the things that was part of his writing, is being very, very personal.
Wait, so was there a Matchbox 20 Cove as well as a Matchbox 20 POVS? Am I conflating?
No,
two
we did a
things?
cove. It wasn't a POVS. It was a cove.
It was a Cove. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul-
Christina and I were literally just like trying to figure that out. Was that?
Because I feel like, Paul, did you do a couple songs that were Matchbox 20 and then you were like, I'm going to do a Matchbox 20 night or something? I don't remember how it happened.
I did a Matchbox 20 in the Cove. I think it was like episode 19, and everybody was like, "Why didn't you wait one more episode?"
That's right. That's right.
But I
Oops.
I put out like word to a bunch of people, and I invited everybody to come join, but some people were just like, "I'm not familiar with Matchbox 20," and some people were like, "I just know one song and it's already being done."
Yeah, that was my spot. I was just saying
why
to
I
Christina,
jumped
I know
on.
one song, and I think it was Amanda that already signed up for it. So
Because that was the one I was like, I'm doing this one. Sign up immediately because everybody's going to take that one.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to watch it, it was a great episode.
It was. It really was.
I think it was in the Cove 19, and we did Matchbox 20. It was, yeah, great job, Craig.
Love it.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I guess we should see who is going to be vulnerable next.
Well, minus Amanda, we have 3.
I'm kind of wondering if Wendy is really just sending us a hint here that she wants to be later in the show. That if she goes go early, she's just going to leave.
Rage quit.
But she didn't
Wendy's
rage
just
quit.
Trying to get back.
No, Wendy's not the type to rage quit. She's the type to just sort of
Fade away.
David, did you forget she already sang?
Yeah. No, I
He's
didn't
saying
forget that.
she quit in protest.
She quit the protest because she had to go
Oh,
early.
she wanted to be later in the show.
Yeah. So anytime she has to go
Oh.
early, she's just
I
gonna
was like,
leave.
dude, are you here? She already.
and then
Oh.
Irish goodbye.
She said that she lost internet.
Yep.
A likely story.
Yes.
Christina
I guess
says
the
she-
real. She's also saying, I guess the wheel really knows.
Rage
I know.
clocked out early.
I love that. I was just going to say that Christina said she rage clocked out early. She's like, here's my time card.
Well, Wendy, come on back if you'd like. We still love you.
We'll make you sing again. I mean, come on back.
Thank goodness she's still in the chat.
She's responded so far.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you. Never mind. I got to clean out my ears. Okay, sorry about that.
Don't use the neti pot for that, though.
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, let's see who goes next.
All right. 3 on the wheel.
Benny back there behind Paul looks like how I feel right now.
Yeah. I like how non-vulnerable this music is. Ooh.
Speaking of David,
David. Oh my God, David. It's
I
you.
got
Oh, here we go.
David.
Yeah.
So, I was going to ask if I was just waiting for a moment. Do you want to change your location now or do you want to wait?
I'll wait for a sec. You may notice I'm in a different room tonight because I decided to create a second Zoom account with one of my other email addresses so I could be signed on to both at the same time. And for a show like this, where I spend most of my time sitting, I don't have to sit on the uncomfortable piano bench,
Yeah.
you know, with no back support or anything. I can
And
just
also, immediately after the show's over, when we start a Jackbox game, you'll be ready to go.
bing, bing, bing.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
as I told Amanda, I was like, no Jackbox tonight. We're so tired. And
I
she's
was like,
"Mhm,
we'll
sure."
see.
Uh-oh. Look out.
All right, so legit, let me just tell everybody out there, once the show's over, there's going to be no secret tracks. The show's going to be over.
Oh, but you know what? That was fun. That was fun.
I don't know what you mean.
What are you talking about, Greg?
I
was
don't
kind
know.
of amazed.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was amazed.
So if we need some time for David to move, maybe we can talk about what's coming up in the future.
Well, no, I wanted to
he wants
say
to
my
talk from
my
up
stuff.
there.
I'm gonna
Oh.
talk. I'm gonna talk. We're gonna be here a while. Okay?
That's
dear.
I'm so unfamiliar with that.
Oh dear.
Me
Wait,
too.
who's up next? I've forgotten already. Was it?
It's been a long time. I think I need to respin the wheel.
I think it's Anna's turn, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Bye.
All right, so David, tell us about vulnerability.
Well, I'm kind of, when Craig was saying his bit earlier, I'm kind of with you on that, Craig. Amanda's like, I don't accept or really even broadcast, I need help with something. I'm like, I feel very self-sufficient all the time, and I want to be the one helping people. I have a really hard time when it's going the other way. So as I was thinking about vulnerability for the last couple days, when Amanda said, this is what we're going to do, I had a few ideas right off the bat. A number of other potential pieces went through my head. But then I started thinking about my own compositions, and I looked at them. There wasn't really anything I've written that I felt like really fit what I wanted for tonight. But I started thinking about my own compositions and how vulnerable I feel when I'm presenting those, because those are a piece of me, and I'm putting that out there. That's a really hard thing to do. So what I'm playing tonight is not something that anybody has ever heard, including me, because one of the times I feel very vulnerable is when there is no safety net, when I'm making stuff up as I go. It's been a while since I've improvised something live, and it's kind of scary every time. I've gotten a little more comfortable with it because I've done it a few times, but it's still kind of scary because I don't know what's going to come out. I have no idea. I'm just as clueless as the rest of you. And I mean that in everyday life. When it comes to this show, I'm pretty good. So if you give me a moment, I'm going to turn off this camera. I will run downstairs and turn on the stuff down there, and away we go.
All right. Do we want to run promos while we do that, or do you want to?
Sure, promos.
We can run one promo.
Or
Let's just do all of them.
I was just kidding.
well, how do you want to start this, Paul?
Or we can just wait for David. It's fine either way.
Amanda's the host. I
Okay.
believe to her.
Sure, let's do some promo.
Well, how about we start with this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's also a
that's a good
great
idea.
idea.
It's a big change. Big change here on Deep Cuts.
Yes. Yeah, so we are, you might have noticed that there is no option to super chat. We have officially discontinued that. And instead we are asking that if you would like to tip, please tip to our individual Venmo tip jars instead. So if there is a performer you would like to tip your hat to, send some coffee money, anything like that, you can send it to one of these Venmos right here. And you can send, is that still true at the bottom?
As far as I know, I mean,
I'm asking Paul to make sure that that's.
Oh. Sure.
I thought
mean,
that was a no.
Perhaps note it in the comments.
Actually, yeah, no.
That's what I thought.
Specifically for everyone.
Sorry, everybody. Do not use the part that says or.
Okay, then I need to make that change from now
Yeah.
on. Sorry.
So that handle doesn't actually exist anymore. So even if you tried to do it, it wouldn't.
Oh.
Okay,
oh,
perfect.
All right.
But
Okay,
So
then
yes. You can find
Let's
our
move.
individual chip jars above.
Let's move right along, man.
How's David? We'll be right back.
Moving right
Then
along.
tomorrow we have the Love Cast with Hunter Ackerman, number 102, live acoustic, originals, and covers. It's always a great time. So that will be tomorrow, Thursday at 6 o'clock. So excited for this. Paul and Dan's Labyrinth. That's going to be Thursday after the Love Cast at 9 o'clock.
One might say it will be amazing.
I laughed because
Even though it's a gross misuse of conflating a labyrinth and a maze, it's not. Gotta go for the joke.
I laughed because it's very clear what's going on with, the labyrinth title and everything. And Hunter put nice work with that title. And I laughed because I said, when I first read it, I was like, Alda? I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, God, it's really too bad you guys weren't holding a couple of frying pans, and then I noticed the text there. All right.
So that's tomorrow at 9 o'clock p.m. I cannot wait to watch that. That's going to be a really good show. Tune in. And then on Saturday, we're going to have Polly's Picnic Campfire Edition. That's going to be the picnic number 98. This will be Saturday at 7 o'clock, live music and improv comedy. Join us.
Hey, by the, just incidentally, does anyone know where that photo came from that's on the Polly's Picnic Campfire Edition? Where that...
The photo in the background?
The
Oh, the one in the
the
foreground.
photo
Paul.
on this graphic for Polly's Picnic 98.
I mean, it could have been the
only
logo.
photo that the
Like,
graphics are on top
I
of.
made the photo. It was a stock photo from Adobe. If you've paid into Adobe, you can use you pull up Campfire and yeah.
Paul said he made the photo. I'm imagining him in Microsoft Paint going like pixel by pixel.
Ooh, please.
Very realistic style.
That photo looks so much like Big Bear from one particular vantage point, which is a spot that you can only get to via fire roads and then a very short hike, plus a pair of boots there on the like. But you're not supposed to have a campfire there at this same place either. And I'm just wondering if that's like literally an illegal campfire in a stock photo overlooking Big Bear Lake.
Very possible.
They could have photoshopped it in.
Hunter, was that a spot that we went together? It looks similar to places that we went, but I don't know if we went to that exact.
Did we go? So I remember you and I and Amanda went to the north side. Did I take you up into this?
Yeah, I think the
Well,
south
because we
side, I think
went
we did.
because we went around the whole lake, and
Yeah.
then I remember we did pull in somewhere, and we caught a view of the lake.
We're
Okay.
going behind the scenes of Audacity graphics.
What's the
making.
big the real tall mountain out there, San Gorgonio or something like
Yeah.
that? I remember we had near a vista where we could see that mountain.
There we
Okay,
go.
yeah,
This is where we make Audacity graphics. Hang on,
How
let me
are
find
I
a
making
photo.
that?
Borneo from
Okay.
the south side of the lake, and if this is the view that I'm looking,
You realize you're going to mess up. Are you going to duplicate that slide?
No, I'm just bringing it to the front.
Right?
That doesn't look like
Nope, that's not.
No,
Big
that's
Bear.
not Big Bear.
Never mind.
That's
Okay.
a nice river.
bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
All right, officially.
All right. Great.
We tried.
Oh, we missed the one, but next week, of course, is David's show. It did pop up.
Oh,
Yes. Well,
Yeah, I
here,
sidetracked
let's
us
finish it up
completely.
if we must. We did.
No, my show doesn't need to be advertised.
On Tuesday, we have the Panano Man with David Benjamin, classical music, and Fresh Puns, all performed live.
And as usual, I have yet to think of a theme.
Same, because here's my show.
With not a theme yet. I mean,
Yes, I just finished my other show. I couldn't think of it yet.
420, bro. 420.
Man.
hey, special night.
Make it 420 themed.
But please, no pots.
We'll just talk about neti pots all night.
Eddie Potts.
Pots.
Being in the weeds.
Oh gosh, no, we're not doing that. Don't worry. Please tune into my show. It will not have any neti pots. That I can promise.
Promise, we're only smoking the ganja on that night.
So let's see. That means she's going to be doing some Marley,
Yeah.
Bob Marley, and
Yeah.
Definitely some Beatles.
Some Beatles,
Right
yes.
on.
As Christina just said in the chat, if you want me to make an appearance playing my amazing piano arrangement of Because I Got High.
Gee, I wonder where that would fit in.
Yeah, you could totally do that. Come by my show, and you can do that. It's a plan.
Diane and Nicole, Dan has so many guitars. I can't imagine he borrowed one from Paul for a particular show. But Paul is in a place to confirm or deny. It's kind of like asking a southern survivalist colony if they needed to borrow some bullets. It's like, no, he probably did not borrow a guitar. I'm just like, I don't.
Dan would be in some pretty dire straits if he was borrowing one of my guitars for a show.
Dan
the
could
joke
probably
about that
literally
band?
play the entire Dire Straits catalog
Exactly.
with one guitar from his own wall,
Probably behind his back or behind his head, too.
and still not actually have to borrow a guitar from any of us. So, like, it's probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of playing behind his back, that was something that the virtuoso violinist from the 19th century, Paganini, was apparently known for. Was he would flip his violin upside down and he would play it upside down.
And speaking of playing behind your back, I think David's ready.
I would say that.
Oh, that.
Ready.
Yes. We're ready for that, David.
Well, okay, I can do that, but if you don't want to hear just that, then I'll have to.
Would an upside down piano even work? I don't think the
Okay,
hammers-
on the other hand, I have seen
If it's an
people play-
upright or a spin it where the hammers are going this way relative to the ground, then yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work. If it's a
I have
grand,
seen people play from under the piano.
yeah,
Yes.
doing this.
So that's probably the closest you get to upside.
And I've seen porn like that too. But
Well, I mean, what can you do? That's
It's
where they got
usually-
the inspiration for it.
it usually involves neti pots. So, David.
I feel like that's the word. Like that's like the key word. Remember we
This is my all-time favorite lead into whatever it is I'm
we
going
used
to play.
to do that. We had a
We had
keyword.
keywords, yeah.
I
And we
think
kept
that's
it
what
going all night.
I forgot about that. Darren and I were like neck and neck for a while. All right, David, it is time.
Okay.
Would you like
Still
to
nervous.
introduce
Still
you?
nervous
Oh, no.
for those out there who remember that the show's theme is vulnerable, who may have forgotten it in the ensuing discussions and promos of other shows. Yes. So still nervous. I don't know what's going to come out. And that's not what anyway.
So this is completely fresh then. In other words, no
Oh, very.
inspiration from chords like what you did with Paul.
Yeah.
I don't feel inspired at all by that.
Thinking
I mean,
about vulnerability while you're doing this. Yeah. All right. Well, let's hear it for David Benjamin. Here we go.
I'm just teasing, Paul. Oops. It would help if I don't mute or don't stop the video. Don't stop the video. All right. That was. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. That was fun.
That was great.
I almost
Wow.
refused. I almost refused to believe that was like improvised because holy shit, dude, that was beautiful.
100% made up. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Oh, that sounds kind of nice.
So now you're going to have to score it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always on the losing end of that proposition.
You know, in the beginning, it actually kind of reminded me, not in the melody, just in the feeling of Inside
Unsolved
Out.
Mysteries.
No, Inside Out. I mean,
Inside Out meets Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say Tubular Bells. So
Ooh, yes.
we
I
can
like
go with
a
the
little.
whole Exorcist vibe.
That was amazing, dude. You're so freaking
yeah.
talented.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's funny. I kind of drive Amanda nuts sometimes, I think, because I'm like forever going,
Oh, yeah.
like tapping
That
out
you do.
rhythms and doing all that kind of stuff. And she's just like, oh my God, just stop. But then it comes out this way on the piano. And yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from. It's just sort of in there all the time. And oftentimes on long car rides, when I'm by myself, I have to drive frequently a couple hundred miles for work. I don't listen to music when I'm in the car.
It's really weird.
Almost
and
never.
inhuman. I don't understand.
Okay, well, part of it is I don't feel like taking the time to take the God knows how many classical music files I have and actually make playlists out of them. The problem is the way the phones organize music now. I can never play more than like one album at a time. It gets to the end of the album, then I have to manually go in and do another one. And when I'm driving, my phone in my car won't let me do that. So I can listen to like an hour's worth, and that's about it.
Can't you make a playlist though?
Well, yeah, it would require so much work. I'm just not willing to put the effort.
It doesn't take work at all.
I know. You just like add an
drag
album
and
to a
drop,
playlist. Yeah,
right?
drag and drop.
Like literally. So this morning I was trying to decide between 7 songs from today for tonight.
Yeah.
And I logged into my app and I loaded them into a playlist and I drove to work, and then in my phone it's already in the playlist, and I did it on my computer before I left. It took like 2 minutes. Like Amanda, you need to teach him how to use that.
I don't have this kind of energy. I know not of what you speak.
You don't have the energy for drag and
I
drop.
was going to say, for a person who deals with computers, it's something so simple.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem. Is it's simple. I need it
Oh.
complicated.
I'm sorry. Forgive
David
me.
makes computers, Craig. He doesn't
doesn't use them.
program them.
Okay.
In fact, Craig, when I go back upstairs, you can see the reflection in the mirrored closet doors behind me. The 2 computers I built that are up there.
The irony of Dr. Noonien soon, he made data and lore and then was a negligent father. So, like, Jesus, how much work did that take to create? And then you didn't bother to, nurture and program either one of them? You just,
See,
kind of lost
Hunter, the
track
fun
of
is in
them?
the creation, not the maintenance.
Okay, so there you go. David,
Also, if you have not yet, watch Picard.
Oh yeah.
No, not yet.
I hear it's coming to a great conclusion. I also wanted to say hello to a couple of people in the chat. My mom jumped in, like,
Saw that.
Mom,
Yes.
I mean, Paul's
Hi,
mom.
Mom.
Hi, Paul's mom.
and Sam Miklich just jumped in like a
Sam?
minute ago.
Come on, Sam.
Sam, jump in.
Show up. There we go.
Oh, there! Whoa!
Playing the part of Wendy Walker tonight is Sam Mikulich.
I know. I'm a little late. I'm really sorry.
Dude, you
And
should have
avoidably
showed up with a
detained.
ukulele and a red wig. That would have been hysterical.
You know, I do have both of those things.
Party City's closed. I couldn't get there.
He
Hey,
might not
Amanda,
have
I
a
realize-
ukulele and a red wig, but he probably has like a squeeze box.
I do have a red wig. Should I go put it on?
This is where Hunter jumps in and says, I've seen porn with ukulele and a red wig.
And they
What?
play it like this.
Using an accordion.
You had to be there, Sam.
So,
How's
Amanda, I
everybody
realized
doing
on,
tonight? Hello.
on your show, we didn't do the guest.
I know
Lily's
I
breed
didn't do my
thing.
breed reveal.
Oh,
Breed reveal?
that was like a big thing you were going to do tonight.
I know. Okay. I
Well, you're
guess I'll
still
do it
hosting,
next week.
Amanda. You're still hosting.
Speaking
So
of porn, now it's time for Amanda's breeding reveal. Go, baby.
Were we able to get Maury? Did Maury show up?
Yes.
The results
know
have
who
come
the
back, and
father
as it
is.
turns out, that was a lie.
she's not actually a dog.
She is 1/3 cat.
So my vote was I thought she was dachshund.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
long body. If you can see, she's got a
Yeah.
long body.
I
She's
forget
got
what I
And-
said.
nice
What did I
face.
say? Dachshund and border collie? I said something.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Dachshund and Cocker Spanish girl.
Get what I think I was
Hunter, what is that
Doxy
from?
and Dobie.
Cockatoo Spanish girl? Because I remember that too, but I can't remember.
It's
Where it came from.
Cocker Spaniel from like
Yeah.
an offensively cliched accent from Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I remember
But
that.
it wasn't offensive nor cliche at the time. It was just clever. That's how an Italian guy.
Yeah,
would-
and it's really difficult to listen to the We Are Siamese song now too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, if you've watched the Muppet Show lately, whoa.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was pretty innocuous in the '70s, but now it like comes with a label warning, and it's
Wow.
we're heading towards the Avenue Q type.
um.
Well, what
Or
about
like
like the music from Pocahontas even?
The mu-
Or-
Really?
Not
wait,
the
why?
music,
What's-
but I
what's-
mean,
what's the thing with the what?
not the music, I would say, but just, maybe some of it actually.
Savages?
Yeah, I was gonna
Buried
say,
in the
I was
hills.
thinking like Colors in the Wind, but yeah, actually some of the other songs are probably,
Oh wow.
What
I don't know.
the
I'd have to think about it.
Splash Mountain movie music? Anyway, so we're all like just taking away from. Are you gonna do this or?
Yeah,
are
I
we
can do it
teasing
on the
for-
show, and then I
Okay.
can tell it again on my show. So we got her breed results back. Now she does look dachshund, and I was very
We were
sad. That. She is 0% dachshund.
Oh dear.
There's
Wow.
no dachshund in this dog.
We do need Maury Povich.
I know. I never would have guessed. I would have lived
Wow.
my whole life.
Father, not the father.
You know, there's some Chihuahua in there, no matter what.
Not the mama.
Actually, she is about
Ding, ding,
41% Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Okay.
40% Chihuahua.
Yeah,
Or
this
she's
is
Always
Always
not-
Chihuahua. Always
Give a
Chihuahua.
running
Chihuahua.
tab. That's just
That does
okay.
not look like Chihuahua.
Now, if you
I'll say-
look
I'll
up a
say-
black and tan Chihuahua, you will
And
find this
long-haired.
coloring.
Long-haired, especially. So when we read these results, and Amanda says, "Oh yeah, there are black and tan Chihuahuas," I'm like, I have never seen one of these black and tans in my life. We go to the pet store later that same day
Okay.
to buy some treats. What is the first dog I see upon entering said pet store but a black and tan Chihuahua?
What you get?
It happened.
The wheel.
Actually happened.
It's what you get, dude.
Yeah. What else?
When you think you're right, you're wrong.
So
The-
Hunter, you were a little bit correct. There is a little bit of, I think. Wait.
There is a
Little
very
Cocker
small
Spaniel
amount.
in there?
I think her grandparent or great grandparent was part spaniel, but she's actually the second biggest one was actually American Bully.
Oh.
Yeah, very surprised. I didn't even know that was a breed. So
Oh.
what it
It
is,
sounds like a movie title.
American Bully is
Bully.
actually a fairly new breed of
I was
dog.
gonna say, is that the one where like Edward Norton stomps on the guy on the curb?
Oh, God.
No, it's a pretty new breed of dog. They took
Oh.
pit bulls and they actually bred all aggression out of them, so they can't be fighting dogs. So it's a pit bull that has zero aggression.
Okay, here's
when
here's
we
a
looked
picture.
up when we looked at pictures of American Bullies and black and tan Chihuahuas, it's like, okay, I see it. I totally see it.
That's an American Bully.
Yeah. So they do actually have a longer body. They're bigger than she is, obviously.
Yeah,
Muscular.
Lily is not that muscular.
No.
I was gonna say
Thankfully.
that's a yeah.
Yeah, that's her second biggest. I think it's probably like 20%, but the rest of it
Just
just
needs to
mixed
go out and lift.
up. Yeah. exactly.
So the Chihuahua walked into a bar, and the bully was like, "Hey girl, hey girl, you want some sauce?"
Hey.
I've been talking to Hunter about.
Barbell double progression lifting as well as sufficient protein. She could look like that picture. We could do this. We could do this. She's got to put in the work, but we can do it.
Trainer Hunter is going to start
we
working
have
on
the
it.
technology.
You can only drink Jameson out of a measuring cup throughout the process, but
Which I haven't been lately. So
He doesn't look very interested.
Nah.
So Craig, now that I'm back up here, so this TARDIS right back here, this is Amanda's computer. There's
Right.
wires
Oh, I
going-
remember you telling us about
yeah,
that.
going through the wall into the other room where Amanda currently is, and then over
Hopefully
my
you're not
other.
getting double to my door is open.
over my other shoulder here, you can see the reflection of my Sandcrawler computer case. That's what my desktop is in.
Okay.
The desktop I use all the time.
I just love in that description, David had to specify this TARDIS. Like how many?
Well, okay, so we actually, I've only
And
built
it's
the one.
glowing too.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's all lighty uppy.
I only
lighting.
built the one. Like another one spontaneously appears every so often, and
Well,
we
they
like
do
have
that.
interesting conversations and go on shroomy adventures where everything is wibbly wobbly and timey wimey.
Timey-wimey,
Then
yes.
we come back to just this TARDIS.
Yes, just this TARDIS. She actually has a USB hub in the craft room, the other room where she currently is. There's a little TARDIS USB hub in there.
It's very small.
And we have a TARDIS Christmas ornament,
And then you've got the
another one
radio.
somewhere.
Yes. The radio.
The radio no longer has a computer in it. That computer got moved to the little side table that's down next to the piano now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the radio is back to just being a radio, at least for the time being.
Okay.
Well, all right. Now that we've got all that excitement out, we should get back to some music. Let's see who's gonna
Oh,
perform
yeah.
next.
Oh, and you know what
Your
and
princess
now we
is
have
another
added
vessel.
a name
Oh,
to the
no.
wheel.
I thought I was just here to hang out.
The talk show part.
All right.
Getting heavy. Come on.
So are we ready to roll this?
Why not?
And it's Paul.
Or call Paul.
Oh, Carganilla.
No one was surprised.
I just hide it very well. I'm not vulnerable that way.
I'm surprised. I am surprised, excuse me, that this artist hasn't been featured yet this evening. But since I'm the first to be able to do so, I will gladly rock this wonderful singer-songwriter who is the epitome of vulnerability these days. Here's a little Adele.
Ooh. All right. Let's hear it for Paul Carganilla.
I heard that you're settled down. You found a girl and you're married now. And I heard that your dreams came true. She gave you things I couldn't give to you. Oh, friend, why are you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or to hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it, and I'd hoped you'd see my face. You'd be reminded that for me, it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. You know how the Time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of the glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it, and I'd hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets that we made, our memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this love would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts, sometimes it hurts. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
No, I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of the original version of that song, but I like that one. That was really cool.
Thank you.
Great, loved it.
Sam jumping in with a song tonight, or was he just making a cameo?
He's no.
No, I'm here. I'm good.
I've got him on the wheel.
Us.
Yeah, that's
Once it's on the wheel, that's it. You know.
Like,
I know.
is Sam being added to the wheel, or was that
Yeah,
just?
Sam was on the last round too. He was on the wheel.
He was on the wheel under the name Wendy Walker.
It's already been brought in.
All right. Well, speaking of the wheel, let's bring it up and see.
Hey,
who's
we're gonna-
next.
And there's proof. Sam is on the wheel.
Oh, it's the showdown. That's why Hunter wanted
Well,
to know.
that's why I asked, because we don't need to spin the wheel if Sam and like Amanda's already opted to go last.
Yeah.
If Sam was just jumping in to say hi, then like it's all right. So
So do
yeah.
I have time to refill my whiskey, or do I have to sit here? Is really what you're asking.
Yes.
You have to
I-
sit.
I need no refill of my whiskey, sir. That was not the nature of my inquiry.
Whoa! Why is this a confrontation all of a
Coming in
sudden?
And on that
Spin it.
note,
Spin it, Greg. Spin it.
I take statistics very seriously, sir. Is this 100% or a coin flip? And it's Sam.
I don't think Sam's going to be able to fill his whiskey.
Go, Sam.
No whiskey for Sam.
No
The
whiskey
question
for
is,
Sam.
That sounds
what,
like a children's book title. No
what
Whiskey for
instrument?
Sam.
What instrument is Sam playing? Is it the accordion? Is it the keyboard? Is it the
Yes.
guitar?
Sam had enough
Where's
wine.
it a
He doesn't
backing
need
track?
whiskey.
He's got that. You know, he's got Google.
Could karaoke track it? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
This for sure is a karaoke track week.
All
I
right.
could break out the keyboard and play a very vulnerable song. But I mean, nobody wants to see me blubber for 5 minutes. I make it 30 seconds in and then I'm crying if I do that song. So we're not gonna
Because
do that
God
tonight.
knows no one here wants to hear a song about vulnerability on this week's theme.
I mean, we
Okay,
know.
no, there's hearing a song about vulnerability, but then there's feeling so vulnerable that there's what is the probability that I would even be able to finish the song without like literally sobbing uncontrollably?
Damn, I almost skipped tonight and didn't, but have killed a large portion of this bottle for exactly the same rationale. So
Really? Did it start at the top? That's good.
no, it did not start at the top tonight. But I mean, that. Jesus Christ, I don't think I would be conscious if it started.
He's got to get through tomorrow night, remember?
I know.
I mean, you know, if you go by Big Bear measurements, that's not a true story. But be that as it may, it's Vulnerability Week here on the Vaudacity Network, and I am no exception to vulnerability. I picked a song that actually just came to me this morning after having a little chit chat with a friend of a lot of ours. Her name is Katie. She lives in Southern California, and she had posted a song on posted a picture on Instagram about her grandfather, and she said happy heavenly birthday. And you know, grandparents, man, they have a wealth of information for us. And, you know, we're often too young to really process that information until later on in life when you kind of remember the conversations after they're gone and they're like, oh, that's what Papa was talking about. And I get it now. But back when I was 21, I couldn't process the information that they were trying to share. Do you know what I mean? Because we were just too young. But after having that lived experience of walking through the shoes of adulthood, it kind of creeps back up on you. And so when I was chatting a little bit with Katie and, you know, wishing her grandpa a heavenly birthday, that really got me thinking about conversations I had with my Papa, when I was a teenager, and he was trying to teach me about being a man. He was trying to teach me about how to treat women. He was trying to teach me about money and how to take care of family and myself. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But, you know, looking back on it with a lot of perspective, you realize just how wise, you know, we are in our older years, and, you know, how lucky, if you were around to experience the wisdom of your grandparents, you truly were, even if you didn't get to experience it at the time. How does that lead to vulnerability? Well, man, there are so many lessons to learn there that when you really re-examine yourself, or at least myself, I'll speak just for myself, you know, it leads to a lot of rediscovery of what you thought you knew and it being wrong, and having to rethink the rest of your life, and then turning to that experience that you weren't ready to hear the first time. But when you're going through a major reset in your life and you're looking for answers, I mean, people turn to a lot of places. The Bible's a good one. There's a lot of other places to turn to, but, you know, thinking back on what your elders were trying to teach you when you were young, there's a lot of wisdom there that you probably left on the floor the first time that you should go back and check out again. So this song reminds me of that experience. It is by an artist named Edwin McCain, who you'll know from I'll Be and a couple other songs. This was a single that he released that was not as popular and probably didn't do as well as the charts. We could check with Craig later. It's called Go Be Young. It was on his 1998 album Messenger, which Paul played 1,000 times during weddings with the song called I Could Not Ask for More, which was a very popular wedding hit. But this was the B track off that album. And Go Be Young is a story that Edwin is telling in the song about a Native American gentleman who worked at the guardhouse into this community that he would work in as a teenager when he was mowing lawns. And this gentleman have a whole bunch of stories about his life that Edwin couldn't grasp, like I was saying, because he's a teenager, but reflecting upon those conversations years later, he wrote this song about just how wise that person was. So there you go. That's my story. Are there any questions before I begin?
Is there a quiz?
No.
Is
I
there
could create one. If Hunter wants to go now, I could write the quiz and then come back. Or
there a
we'll
key
skip the quiz.
change?
There is not a key change.
You have your capo.
However, thank you. You need that. It is in a key that I probably shouldn't be singing, but what the hell? It's 10:52 at night. If you're still watching, God bless you at home, and you deserve to be entertained, if not for the funny parts of it. Is Sam going to hit this note, or is he not going to hit this note?
I
Like it's
said
waffling.
I said almost the exact same thing on my show. I was like, guys, this song is way too low for me, but I love it, so you're getting it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
going the other way. Way too high. Sounds great in the shower. You know how it goes.
It was great in the morning.
All right, and I don't even know. I've completely rewired my whole system, and I don't even know if you're going to hear the track. So we'll see.
You want a quick sound check?
Just do it a cappella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even better.
Yes.
Go.
That's more vulnerable.
That's being
Oh, yeah, talk about being vulnerable.
That is vulnerable.
Yep.
That's right. Even
Keep that.
showing up after the amazing dinner that I had tonight is vulnerability because boy, whoo! Practice, practice, practice. Can you hear this track
Yeah.
Yep.
that came through?
Got it.
Great.
The first three notes. I'm sorry, I'm taking way too much time. The
Oh, it's
first three
okay.
notes in this song, just they get me. They remind me of my. I'm gonna cry now. They remind me of my
Aw.
grandpa.
Yes.
Go be young, go be free, follow your heart where it leads you, but don't end up like me, is the message of this song. And I think we probably all end up feeling that way from time to time. So here we go.
Sam,
Rising
in
sun.
regards to taking up too much time, have you met me? You're in good company.
Yeah, we spent like 10 minutes talking about neti pots. So
Okay, well then I got
this conversation is beautiful. I appreciate.
Okay, perfect.
I hope it's something in addition to House of the Rising Sun, because that's like, yeah, don't end up like me. Anyway, Sam Mikulich.
There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah, this is a different take on that, Hunter. You're right. All right, here we go.
Okay, let's hear
Let's
it.
see what happens. Perfume and smoky, she swears that she knows me. She's falling down drunk again. She's visibly shaken. I said she's mistaken. Emotions are drowned in gin. She says, I used to be beautiful, but now it's all gone. I let my dreams slip away from me. That's where I went wrong. Go be young. Go be free. Follow your heart where it leads you. And don't end up like me. Don't end up like me. The Indian in the guardhouse used to spin me yarns. Stories of canyons, Boston in winter, losing his family's farms. He said, I outlived my 3 sons that died in 3 wars. I laughed and I cried while they lived and they died. And I know that they deserve more. Go be young. Go be free. Follow your heart where it leads you. And don't end up like me. 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 No, no, no. Go be young. Go be free. Follow your heart where it leads you. Don't end up like me. Don't end up like me. Don't end up like me. There you go. Oh, I get sent off at the end with the reprise. Woo!
That was
And there you have it.
amazing.
Dude.
What?
Did you have the
Dude.
repo? Did you have the modulation? Did you have the reprise? Is there? Yeah, that was cool, man.
I had two
That was
of
awesome,
three.
Sam.
I was
You know, it's a
completely dry in the
shame
beginning,
that
but, you know,
song-
it is what it is. And shout out to the grandparents out there. We love you and we miss you.
Sam, that song, according to what I'm seeing, never charted.
What? That's new.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Sam needs to make it so that it'll chart.
Sam needs to chart it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he needs to sing the bridge over uncharted waters.
I'm gonna lay down a little teaser for tomorrow. Speaking of songs about grandparents, tomorrow night on the show that occurs after Hunter's show, Hunter's Acoustic Cabin occurs at 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
The oldest show. Got it.
It is the oldest show. It's
Thank
one
you
of
for
two.
plugging my YouTube channel instead of the actual show.
Sorry, this is Lovecast. The Lovecast
Timer.
occurs.
We're all drinking here. It's totally cool.
I'm not.
We're
I
not
don't have
even to the
alcohol.
420 show.
Oh, that's
That's Amanda's night.
that's Amanda's night. Darn
And
it.
Nettie
After
Pops are
Hunt-
going to be flowing.
After Hunter's 6 p.m. Lovecast tomorrow night, Dan Franklin and I are doing a show that starts at 9 p.m. And
Stoked.
I am covering a Dan Franklin song that involves a grandfather talking to grandchild. So it's
That's
gonna
good. That's
be-
a good track, dude.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super nervous about it. I've never covered a friend of mine's original song.
I mean, isn't it at least partly yours because you were there when it was written? And
I
you
was there when it was
probably picked
written,
the
but
envelope.
I didn't write it.
Well, you know, you picked the envelope to write it out, so partial credit.
No,
No.
no credit. No credit to me.
Did you draw the number from the hat?
I drew a number from a hat. That was the
Okay,
credit.
then partial credit. Perfect.
So- all right.
Oh, so
You were involved with it. That's I agree with Sam.
Join us tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on the Lovecast on this network, and then at 9. I tried to make a joke, and then halfway through, I was like, I'm just going to sound like I'm not making any sense.
Dude, if you want to come
That's me
here,
all the time.
If you want to like drive here at like 6:15 and sit in on the Lovecast and play a Dan Franklin song, you are very welcome. Just like putting that out there.
We'll see.
There's a lot of driving involved. but,
Everyone's
like,
gonna
if
have
you
to
wanna
tune
do
in.
That, I am totally amicable, man. I'm down.
This is
Also,
not a song about driving. It's a song about a soccer stadium. But
well, but also, if you want me to cover one of your songs, then send me the music.
ow.
Oh, can you cover one of my improvs?
There's already a song I want to cover of Hunter's. So
I want to.
I think we're gonna have a Hunter night.
I wanted to do that for 2 years, but
No. You're gonna have to do that. I mean, Amanda, what do you want to do? What?
oh, I totally want to sing Lost in a Minute Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
that's a great one.
I love
love
that
that.
so
That's one
so
of my
much, and I want to
favorites.
cover. Like when you first said it, I was like, I can't wait for the song to be out for a while so I can cover it.
Shit, I mean, I'll just send you like one of the soundboard bounces. It's not
Yeah.
fully, it's not mastered yet, but yeah, I'll send you like a preliminary copy and
Yeah, I love it. Then I
Love the
can learn
audio.
it and some chords.
sure, I'll send you my vocal notes, etc.
And speaking of stuff that's going to happen in the future, for anyone who's wondering about Polly's Picnic number 100 that is occurring live,
Yes.
we're
I
going
wasn't
to
wondering about
Curious.
this.
You know who asked me about that the other day?
Yes.
Absolutely nobody.
Shit! I thought
Wow.
something went wrong with my sound. When no one answered. Like, what the hell? That's
See,
when
we
it
still
really
need
picked up
the
my-
we still need the Noah. Ooh.
I was just gonna say something, but Sam was a total jerk. Okay, cool. So Hunter, what are you singing?
Oh, come
Hunter,
on.
tell us.
Come, no.
Go ahead, yeah, just plug the show, Paul. Plug the show.
No, plug the show. I mean, for fuck's sake, plug the show. It's after 11. We can drop F-bombs here.
Well, May 29th is a great day to keep on your calendar.
It
as
is.
It
available.
is.
It's a wonderful day. It's a 3-day weekend.
It is.
I'm sure you have nothing else going on.
It's a Sunday night.
It's yes, it is. And a lot of your favorite people will be together in one place. And I'm told that maybe Garden Grove might be a good place to look on your map for a place to maybe meet around in that general vicinity. Nothing, I can't say. I'm just looking at the crystal ball. I'm pulling things out. May 29th, 3-day weekend, the city of Garden Grove. I don't know if that means anything or not.
So is that like a holiday weekend or something?
It is indeed a 3-day holiday.
And Garden Grove
holiday
is
weekend.
Garden Grove is a city.
And
Yes.
it is a city, and it's a
Okay.
very patriotic city. You know, they have a lot of good patriotic things there. They have boys and girls clubs, they have Lions clubs, they have all kinds of things in the city.
They've
of
got a
Garden Grove.
strawberry festival every
Do they
year
have
that's very
Tigers
good.
clubs, Bears clubs?
And they may have quality live musical and improv entertainment that you just cannot buy for $1. So
Oh, you can buy us for wait.
more than $1 for sure.
No, it's a classic rock thing. Whoa, whoa, chicka, 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 whoa, Garden Grove.
That's right.
Jackman is like
Perfect.
Oh, we're
I know
cutting that
he's
out
got
for the
an intro
promo for
for
sure. We're going to borrow that audio.
We'll bring
where is
that-
Garden, like around what highways is Garden Grove? Is that Orange County? Is that
It's
LA?
around like the
Is that-
22-ish meets the 55-ish,
57.
57-ish.
Yeah.
Those are way too many numbers. Is that Orange
Just
County?
south of
Yeah,
LA?
Central Orange County is about
It's
the best way to
Central
describe
Orange
it.
It's
County.
north-
All right,
it's
because
north
it's already
Orange
in my
County.
calendar, and I don't know where I'm actually going to that night. Like, am I driving, or am I taking?
It's
an
literally
airplane?
just south of Disneyland.
Yes.
Yes, we
Okay.
should
That's
do
a
a
good-
concert somewhere. We need to take airplanes.
There is a Ramada.
Well, we've already done boats. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Train.
ta-
Let's do a concert on a train.
We'll talk about it tomorrow night, but there's a Ramada that's like in like a few steps away from the venue in Garden Grove. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam, for
What happens tomorrow?
there's shows.
There's some
Lovecast 102.
Yes.
That's right. Lovecast. See,
And then
On
Dan and Paul.
which YouTube channel, Paul?
All right, enough plugging.
Anyway.
So, anyways,
Speaking of plugging neti
Hunter,
pots.
why don't you tell us a little bit about vulnerability for you? What is vulnerability and what are you thinking tonight?
All right. No, sorry. It's after 11. Fuck. Yeah, vulnerability is a subject for me. It's kind of the opposite of what David was saying. For me, it's more like trying to remain functional by keeping it in check. And getting through your day and what you need to do there. I guess one of the most pertinent forms of vulnerability currently playing at the fore of my personal psyche would be vulnerability that depends on other people. Vulnerability I had an acting teacher that phrased it in a different way. The acting teacher was a recovering drug addict, and his thing was speed, like straight into the vein, injected. And his whole thing about quitting drugs when he wrote this book that I read was I got to a point where I didn't want a drug to dictate what kind of day I was having. And for me, sensitivity to other human beings is a virtue. Vulnerability is this other thing where how good a day you are having is based on the input of other people's feelings and decisions, and how those other people's feelings and decisions affect your life in huge ways. And I don't just mean like where you're gonna eat lunch today. I mean huge ways. And to that effect, to that end, I got a song here. It was originally written by Prince. I've heard 3 different mainstream versions of this. One was, of course, from Prince. One was from Sinead O'Connor, and I think my favorite version was from Chris Cornell. And the song is called Nothing Compares to You.
Let's hear it for Hunter Ackerman.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I can go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whoever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing can take away these blues. Nothing compares to you. It's been so lonely without you, like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, where did I go wrong? I can put my arm around every girl I see, but they only remind me of you. When I said, boy, you better have fun. No matter what you do, well, he's a fool, 'cause nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. All the flowers that you planted in the bay, on that when you went away. I know that living with me, baby, was sometimes hard, but I'm willing to give it another try, and nothing compares, nothing compares to you. Nothing compares, nothing compares to you, to you, to you.
That was awesome. Really great.
I really felt that, man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I get it.
Yeah.
I know you do, Sam. I know you do, Sam. I see you. I know.
That's why, I was talking about at the beginning of the show. That's why I wanted to pick this theme. I know Sam wasn't here when we started. I had said how these vulnerable songs really tap into your core, and I was like being seen. That's exactly what I said. And I just was so, I don't want to say excited because I think that's the wrong word, but just wanted to see everybody through this. So I love that you said that. You tapped in right away to that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Deep cuts.
Yes.
All about.
Well,
Well,
Alright,
I
that's
don't
the
know how
show.
we move
Good
on. I
night.
feel like we all needed to like.
I don't think there's anyone else on the wheel.
Nobody on the
So
wheel.
Hi.
have a great night, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here.
Hi.
It was a good time. Joking. I'm joking.
All of the
course.
Venmos will go to
Does this-
Kleenex and tissues.
Yes.
Is this where we're doing the secret track now?
No. There is no secret
What
track.
secret track?
There's no secret track. But our host still has to.
Yep.
I mean, if she wants to, she doesn't have to.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to, but I
Have
do.
to.
I will go.
Oh, you have to. You have
Yeah.
to. There's no getting off the hook now. Tell us about your saddest moment in life. And
Oh man, there's a lot. That's all right. Yeah, that's why I picked this theme, because yes, vulnerability is difficult, right? Like, it is very hard for me to share those moments. And it's funny because I will find that there are people that I can, and you just right away, right? You have that connection. And I'm like, okay, yes, I will share the saddest moment of my life with you. And there are people that, I need to warm up to, and some people probably will never see that.
Yep.
And that's just part of life, I guess. But
It's one of the shittier parts of life, but yes.
yeah, it's hard. And like I said, just having that trust in somebody to be vulnerable is difficult. And it's funny that that's Hunter and David. I feel like maybe I'm kind of a mixture of those two things as far as my vulnerabilities, my feelings on vulnerability, I should say. Because for me, I am a super empath. I will connect and feel things you're feeling beyond what most people do. And that is having that side makes your own vulnerabilities difficult. Because you feel, for me, it's more about like, well, how is this person and what is that? And how can I help them and where are they? And that'll, and it's still in effect, be so connected to myself. So vulnerability is difficult. And so that's, again, why part of the reason I wanted to do this is, again, to kind of tap into these people we see on the screen and feel that with them through these songs. And I think we all kind of connect, obviously, with music and where that goes. And I think that's so important to make that bond. And then the song I picked tonight goes along with that. I decided to sing a Christina Perri song that I very much connect to. It's called Human, because we are just human and we do our best and we try to be there and be strong and be somebody, like somebody's rock or somebody's house. But sometimes we're reminded that we really are only human. And sometimes it's, it's hard. So.
Did you say Christina Perri?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you have a
something
follow?
more to that? Yeah. Do you know Christina Perri?
Nope.
No.
I cannot publish. Nope. Nope.
Okay,
Don't know
he
her.
shared a campground
Never even heard of her.
in Burning Man.
Never
She did a few very popular songs.
Let's all just scrub what happened in the past 30 seconds and say, ladies and gentlemen, here's Miss Amanda Benjamin with Christina Perri's song Human.
Woo.
I can hold my breath. I can bite my tongue. I can stay awake for days if that's what you want. Be your number one. I can fake a smile. I can force a laugh. I can dance and play the part if that's what you ask. Give you all I am. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. But I'm only human, and I bleed when I fall down. I'm only human, and I crash and I break down. Your words in my head, the knives in my heart. You build me up, then I fall apart. I'm only human. I can turn it on. Be a good machine. I can hold the weight of worlds if that's what you need. Be your everything. I can do it. I can do it. I'll get through it. but I'm only human. And I bleed when I fall down, I'm only human. And I crash and I break down, your words in my head, the knives in my heart. You build me up, then I fall apart, 'cause I'm only human. I'm only human. I'm only human. Just a little human. I can take so much till I've had enough. I'm only human. I'm only human. I'm only human. And I crash and I break down, your words in my head, the knives in my heart. You build me up, then I fall apart. I'm only human. Only human.
I'm really glad you went last, hon. I would not want to follow that.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's like I said,
Amazing. That was so good.
thank you. Thank you. Well, yes. And thank you,
good.
everybody, for joining us. An incredible night, like I said.
Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really beautiful.
Great theme, Amanda.
Thank you so much.
And
thank
great
you.
performances all around.
Yes. Amazing. And thank you, everybody in the audience, for joining us.
Yes.
Lots of viewers, and thank you guys so much. We probably should do our one more slide just to remind everybody, since we have our super chat disabled at this point. These are the individual cast Venmo tip jars.
What happened to Paul's thing there? Why is that like black in the background?
Oh, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. We
So,
made some adjustments.
yes, they were made.
Okay, so to be clear, there's no group donation. There's only
Correct.
individual donations.
right.
Yes.
Correct.
And that was a quick change for
Gotcha.
make sure this was good.
Yeah.
Down.
So if you enjoyed anybody's performance tonight, you want to send them a tip, coffee money, just tip your hat to us. Please use one of these Venmos. We greatly appreciate your support. Yes. Well, thank you again so much for joining us tonight. And for seeing each other. Beautiful night. Good night.
I'd like to say thank you,
Talking to myself and
Amanda Benjamin,
feeling old.
for being such a gracious host
Sometimes
Deep
I'd
Cuts.
like to quit.
on our
Nothing ever
humpiest
seems to
hump
fit.
day.
Hanging around.
Thank you,
Nothing
Sue.
to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me.
Give it up for Wendy for the music.
down. What I've got they used to call.
Thank you all so much for being
Better
here.
than in her internet connection.
Nothing is really wrong.
So sorry
Feeling
for
like I don't belong.
Wendy's poor internet connection. That's
Walking
correct.
around some kind of lonely cloud.
Love you all so much.
Rainy
Thank you
days
so
and
much for being here.
Mondays always get me down.